Hey, I'm Jay, and welcome back to my channel. Well, we're up to the next part of my my coloring book collection as of 2022, and I hope you have a snack or something to color. This time we actually will get to the my Creative Haven. I think I kept saying Coloring Heaven or Coloring Haven, Creative Haven books, and all kinds of other assorted miscellaneous books, as I kept promising, and then shoveled things around as they were in my bookshelf. So yeah, so there are lots of books still to get through. I'm still having so much fun. I hope you do too. So let's get right into this. I want to start with books by Anne Kroenheimer. I have several by her, and I think at least most of them are still available. I have the fairy coloring book, the ballet coloring book, the fashion through time coloring book, and this is the princess coloring book. I just have the very, very cheap German version, but there's one in English that looks like this one. These are marketed towards children much more than other coloring books are, but I don't think the illustrations are for children necessarily, because they are pretty detailed, and they do have backgrounds. And look at that. I love this one. I think that's my favorite from this book. The little fairies during Halloween, so they dress up as pirates or witches or kittens. Just hilarious. And I love look at the angry birds. They get bothered by the fairies, and just I love Anne Kroenheimer's style. So this is how you write her name, Anne Kroenheimer. So this is the fairy coloring book. Then I have the ballet coloring book. I mean, this is supposed to be the Snow White ballet. I'm not into ballet necessarily. This is Romeo and Juliet. But I just got this because, I wanted to get them all. So this is just, really it's just ballet. And all kinds of ballets. But if you're, into this, then this is awesome. There's nothing like it. Giselle. Cinderella. Sleeping Beauty. So yeah, the ballet coloring book. Then the Fashion Through Time coloring book, which also does exactly what it says. So it gives you a place and time and the fashion for it, like New York in the 50s, or Chicago in the 20s, or Italy in the 19th century, France in the 18th century, North America. I really love books like that. England in the 15th century. Ancient Rome and Greece, ancient Egypt. So yeah, Fashion Through Time. And then I have the Princess coloring book, and I have stuff in here because I'm actually working in this. And also, this does what it says. It's lots and lots of princesses. Like, she looks a bit like Russian maybe. So we don't have only like Western or fantasy princess, but look at this one. Isn't this the cutest? The cutest! Like the dancing dragon here, and those two fighting for the crown. I just love that her illustrations are just so fun. With little details like that. And this is the one I'm actually working on for Buddy Collier with Emberly. I think 2.5 years too late by this point, but I am going strong. I'm going to finish this. I think, because I cannot remember, I used gouache for the background. I don't know what I was thinking about here. I think it's supposed to look like grass. It doesn't. I think I need to go back in, maybe with a fine liner or something. And I did the moon with Coliro, you can see. And then I based the tree and the leaves with Neocolor, so that I didn't have to color as much, but it didn't work at all. And I don't know, I'm not, too happy with how this has turned out yet, but I need to finish this. And then maybe it's okay. I don't like that I did her so, you know, so light, because it's obviously very dark. So I don't know why she's looking like she's standing in under a spotlight, but oh well. Other than that, I think it turned out fine. The paper is a bit finicky. I've written down here that polychromos don't work. Well, I used Prismacolor for this one, and I didn't quite like how they worked either, so I'm not too sure about the paper. So yeah. This is a very bored Rapunzel. Princess and the Bee, is that what she's called? Yeah, Girls Princess Coloring Book is what this is called in the original. So yeah, these are the books by Kroenheimer. I really like her art. Then I have two Dover coloring books. I have Goddesses by Marty Noble. I think the difference between the Dover coloring books and the what are they called? The Creative Haven ones are that these are double-sided, which is a bit unfortunate, but they are cheaper for that. So we have different goddesses. Marty Noble has done a lot of work. So we have like Eos and this Maat at the top, and then Pomona, all with the little blurb at the bottom. And this is Epona. So yeah. So 30 goddesses. The goddess coloring book. And then I have the Paisley Designs coloring book again by Marty Noble. And this is just, you know, all wallpaper designs. And I don't think I was thinking when I was buying this, because since they're all double-sided, you can't use alcohol markers, which is what I would usually use with this. So I haven't worked on this at all. So Paisley Designs by Marty Noble. Oh no, I have two more that are hiding in here. I have Circles of Fun Animals. This is by Dover Spark by Maggie Swanson. And this is one-sided. I don't know, or single-sided. I don't know whether this is a later book. I don't know, but these are just, you know, these are so sweet. Like super cute. I love this. Super cute pictures of animals, like your sleeping leopard. Of all kinds of animals. Like a flying cow. And lots of kitties. Really love this one. This is Circles of Fun Animals. Dover Spark by Maggie Swanson. Then I got two more Dover coloring books. These are both by Teresa Goodrich. This is Pretty Princess, and this is also so very sweet. Very cute. It looks very different from the art she does for Creative Haven. And this is just, you know, with the princess and days in the lives of the princess. I love this. Yeah, this is Pretty Princess by Teresa Goodrich, and I have Little Mermaid Friends also by Teresa Goodrich, also by Dover Coloring. And again, these are both double-sided, unfortunately. And again, this is, you know, very cute art style. Very different from what you may know from her. So yeah, Little Mermaid Friends and Pretty Princess both by Teresa Goodrich. And now we get to my Coloring Heaven collection. Let's start. Oh, I have. Okay, I have one other book by Teresa Goodrich. So these are the only three by Teresa Goodrich that I have. This is Romantic Country Scenes. And this is the art style you know of her. I really like this, but not quite as much as the other ones by her. But when I bought this, she didn't have as many of these out as she does now, so yeah, need to get some more Teresa Goodrich books. So this is Romantic Country Scenes. Then I have another Creative Haven book by Marty Noble. This is Art Nouveau Animal Designs. And this is single-sided, so these are a bit, I think these I would want to color in with marker. I've always wanted the Peacock Designs one, and that one seems to be out of print, sadly, so this is Art Nouveau Animal Designs by Marty Noble. And all the rest of my Creative Haven books that I have, all of these are by Marjorie Sarnett. I'm a big fan of her work. I think I have most of her books. So I have two in German. This is the All book by Marjorie Sarnett. She has a very distinctive style as well. But I do like her later books more. So this is Alls. Now we have Cats, obviously. And I actually worked in this quite a bit because it's one of my first books I got from by her. So I did this one, or I tried this one. I think after I did the cat in turquoise, I stopped doing this. And I think I tried to use Inktense or watercolor pencils. Don't think it's watercolor or water-based marker. But yeah, don't quite like it. Then I did this completely psychedelic one. I think this book was one of the very first that I got. Like in the first couple of orders or first couple of things I bought were the Johanna Basford books like Secret Garden and Enchanted Forest, Kohinoor pencils, Marco Raffine color pencils, a set of Staedtler water-based markers, and I think this book. So yeah, it was creepy. But I do think the picture would have been creepy even, without my psychedelic color choices. So yeah, this is interesting. And then I have this one, also not, well, I think it's good that I, after that I stuck to color pencil. So these must have been done in 2015-ish. And then I have this one, obviously this is much later. I had the wherewithal to write down which pencils I used, so this is obviously all Pablo's. That's actually nice. That's actually pretty nice. Should continue that. So yeah, that's Cats. Then I have Magnificent Mermaids by Marjorie Sarnett. Oh wait, let me just put them in somewhat in release order because I like doing that. Okay, so the next one I've got is Creative Kittens, obviously. Don't think I have done anything in here. I actually don't quite know how to color her pictures, like the earlier ones that have very it's not quite details, but stuff inside the characters. I think that's a bit hard to color. So while I do love these and I think they're so cute, but this should be cute. Yeah, no, you've seen what I did with these ones, so I don't quite know how to do these properly. Then we have Fancy for Sea Life. Again, very busy pages. That I don't quite know what to do with. So these earlier ones by her. Oh, I've started it. Colored her. red shell. Yeah, I don't quite know what to do with. Then we have magical fairies, and here I think she started, you know, to get better with the stuff inside the characters, so it gets easier, I think, to color. It's, you know, not as... It's still busy and it's still with a lot of details, but it's easier to, you know, mark out what things should be. I love this. I actually did this one in here in April 2019. And I used Marco Raffines and lots of gel pen and also Coliro on her wings, just all over. Let's see. And I think I took this in the Marco Raffines with me one trip, and just, you know, colored a couple of minutes here, a couple of minutes there, and I was really surprised how well this came out. I didn't remember that the Marco Raffines were this bright and this colorful, but here on this paper they were just so good. So I really like how this came out, really do. Very happy with that. So yeah, magical fairies. Then we have beautiful angels, which basically, you know, look very similar to the fairies. Guardian angel of cats, isn't she sweet? We have the same with dogs, actually. I think I have to, yeah, you know, for our dog people and cat people out there. Beautiful angels. And we have magnificent mermaids. And as I said, I think they get easier and better to do. I like how her art evolves in that way. I think the first one's the cat and the owls. I wouldn't know what to do with, but yeah, you know. And then we have the last one that I have is birds and blossoms. Like this one, you know, it doesn't have all the stuff inside all of the animals. You can actually just go and color this. Well, oh my god, so busy. Yeah. So, Birds and Blossoms, all the books that I have by Marjorie Sarnett. And after this, that I think I wisened up and stopped buying her books because I don't quite know how to color them. As long as, you know, with the people in there, like the fairies ones and the mermaids ones, I think, you know, it's fine, but the other ones, Okay, so then I have the Dragonology book by Ernest, what's it called? Dr. Ernest Drake. And you remember this one from the Coloring Heaven magazine. This is exactly just the magazine with exactly the same pictures. It's hilariously fun. But I haven't done anything in this. I just like looking at it. Dragonology. Then I have Dreams of Dragons and Dragonkin by Ravine Falan. I looked up, I think it says somewhere how you pronounce her name, but forgot. So I think she's an artist and she does like probably, you know, oil painting or something, and this is the line art from her works. Or acrylic. She uses acrylic, it says here. So you have the line art for the painting and some blurb to the painting, and I think what she thought about it when she did it. The line art varies. I always, you know, sometimes line art done from actual, you know, drawings or paintings can be a bit iffy, but most of these are pretty fine. I haven't done anything with it though. This was one of the books that lived on my wish list for so long, and it never, you know, got to the stage where I was like, yeah, okay, I need to have it. That at some point I just bought it. Yeah. Dreams of Dragons and Dragonkin by Ravenscroft. Then I have Adorable Animals Greyscale by J. Madej. There is like an index where all the pictures are with their colors. And this is one of the earlier Greyscale books, I think. I think back when this one released, there weren't a lot of them out. But the Greyscale is, I think it's done from the painting, which often makes the Greyscale too dark. So, I don't know, I haven't done anything in here. Maybe I should, because I think the animals are just so cute. Yeah, Adorable Animals Greyscale by J. Madej. Then we have Bejardin, Color the Garden of Your Dreams by Peggy Jo Ackley. Yeah, it's not as gardeny as I would like it to be, actually. You know, some of everything, like here's a recipe and here different like sorts of peach, and then you have, I mean, this is actually pretty, and then you have those, you know, inspirational quotes, and it's different from what I usually have, but I don't know. Bejardin by Peggy Jo Ackley. Then we have the two color in art. I think these are Pictura. Aren't they called Pictura? I'm not sure. I got both of these used, as you can tell, and both of them in German, but they're the same in English. Obviously, this is and the original is called Once Upon a Time by Deborah McFarlane, and it's one of these where this folds out to this huge thingy, which I'm not going to do because it won't fit at all. So I'm just going to flip, and this is all fairy tales, obviously. I don't think I will ever color this, but I'm very glad to have this, and they're not easy to get a hold of. I think most of them are out of print. So yeah, Once Upon a Time, the fairy tale ones by Deborah McFarlane. And this was just a point of honor to get, because this is, let me check what this was called. Pictura John Ho's Draconis. So this is Dragon Pictures by John Ho. And as you know, if you've watched, you know, for any length of time, I love dragons. And I also love the art of John Ho. If you don't know John Ho, he's one of the artists who did art for Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings, and he got asked, together with Alan Lee, by Peter Jackson to do the art direction for the film, and I just love their art. So this is again, you know, a huge picture of dragons, and you can tell, you know, I mean, this has nothing to do with Lord of the Rings itself, but you can tell the influence that looks like it. So that's why I had to get this. So Pictura John Ho's Draconis and Deborah McFarlane Once Upon a Time. I think I'm done with the Pictura ones. These were the ones that I really wanted. There's another one by Tomislav Tomek. That's also nice, but I mean, since I don't think I will ever color in these, that's enough. Then I have 3 mythographic books, and these 3 are all by Joseph Kattenbang. I have Aquatic, Imagine, and Animals. let's start with the animals because I think that was the first one. And as you know, these have lots of stuff in the pictures, and the pictures itself are extremely busy. And I've started one in here with the otter because I thought it was so sweet. And this is Pablo over Inktense, and I think I based everything with Inktense and then shaded it in with Pablo's, and I actually got pretty far. I think only the branches are missing and these leaves, but you can tell why I stopped coloring, because there are so many random things in here that it completely put me off. I mean, I like with the Kirby Rosannas, if you remember, like a couple of parts back, there were some of these things in the picture, but only 2 or 3 in a whole picture. Not, how many are these? 15, 20? And even if you went and just colored these brown so that they wouldn't stick out as much, or green, they're just too, it's just too many. So, I mean, you don't see them. Mostly, if you look at the picture like this, if it's uncolored, they don't stick out as much, but as soon as you color them, it's just... I came this far and I looked at it and just didn't want to continue anymore. I honestly didn't. So yeah, I love the art, I really do, but I don't see me coloring this because it's just too much random. Yeah. Random things. But I do love the art. This is Mythographic Animals. This is Mythographic Imagine. And this one especially, I really love the dreamy things. And I would love to color some of these in, because with some of them you don't even, if it's just all black and white, you can't even see what it is. And then when you start color it in, then the picture emerges, which I think is so awesome. But just, like, why is there... I mean, this, you know, kind of fits, and the barrel, okay, but... like a fish skeleton. And you haven't even seen half of it, probably. It's just, I don't know, maybe they got better with not putting in, you know, random crap. But... like, why is there like an oil can here? It's just, I mean, why is there like a citrus and orange slice? What? Oh, yeah, I don't even know what to say. It just annoys me massively, because I think the pictures are so beautiful, and I marked a couple that I really wanted to do, like this one, where it just looked top down on this, you know, paper boat or paper raft with a little guy in, and the fishies looking up to him, and it's awesome. But look at it, like there's an instrument here, like why? And like a jar and a fishing rod, just, you know, it doesn't even fit into the perspective. It just annoys me. And then I have Mythographic Aquatic, and I think then after this I got so annoyed that I stopped buying these. I mean, it got better. Like here's only 5 thingies in each. How much were here? I mean, here like 15 per picture. There's only 5 here. How is it with the Imagine? There's also only 5 in the Imagine. So, I mean, maybe I should go and try, because there's 15 random things and only 5 in these. So maybe it's not as bad as I thought. But that's why I haven't colored in any of these, because the one from the Mythographic Animals annoyed me so much. Then these are my Fabiana Atanacio books. I actually don't have any of Fabiana Atanacio's mythographic books. 1, because as I said, I don't want to buy any more mythographic books. And 2, because I actually don't like her art in those. But I love her art style when it comes to those fairy tale books she did. I don't know about availability. I think in English they are out of print since a very long time, but in German and for sure in Italian you can still get them. It's a bit annoying because these books oh no, they don't. I thought they had the story somewhere. Oh, they do. In the beginning they have the story. So this is the this is the German version of Snow White. So in the beginning they have the story. But I mean, you do know the story of Snow White, right? And then after that you just have the illustrations, and I just love them. They're so sweet. They're so sweet. So this is Snow White. This is Cinderella, and as I said, this is the Italian version, I think. So I mean, yeah, I get the story in Italian, but I do know the story of Cinderella, so I don't need this. And again, I love her art. So this is just the story of Cinderella, as you can tell. Very well known. Then I have Beauty and the Beast, one of my favorite Disney movies. Again in Italian. I love this. Really need to color in this one day. Really love this book. I love her art style so much, so I'm actually pretty confused that I don't like her mythographic books. I know that I was so happy when I saw that she was had been picked up to illustrate those, but I think the style of the mythographic series doesn't really cater to her strengths. And then I have Alice in Wonderland, and for some reason I actually have the English version in this. They all come with a big poster, which you might have seen briefly in the very first, or in the, was it second? The very beginning, because I keep them with my PDFs, because otherwise they would just fall out of the book. So this is Alice in Wonderland. I really love her illustrations in here as well. I wonder if there's a book about the Little Mermaid. I should get that. So yeah, if you want any of these and you can't find them in English, look for them in other languages like German or Italian, where I'm pretty sure they are still available. At least I know for sure about the Italian versions of Peter Pan, because I have those on my wish list. And it's still there, so. Then we continue on with my Linda Ravenscroft books. I have 6 of hers, and I honestly mainly bought these because I knew Brexit was upon us, and I didn't know how ordering from the UK was going to be for us, so I just bought them all. Yeah, but not because I wanted to actually color in them. These are all pretty popular now as well. They are printed on like watercolor paper. This is Fairy Flowers of the Zodiac. All of her books come signed by her. And so the paper is very, very thick to be used with watercolor, as I said. And they're pretty heavily grayscale, to the point where I think it's a bit too dark to get a good effect. They are also grayscales from her original art. So again, I think that's always a problem with, doing pictures from original art. So like, how would you, for example, get her dress bright red? It would always be muddy because the grayscale is so dark. So yeah, but I love the pictures, even though I have a thing with fairies at the moment. And then I have her fairy and fantasy art, and I have five of the books, which were all that were available at the time when I bought them. So this is the first one. Yeah, fairy and fantasy art. I think that's the. Yeah, that's the title, even though it's also fairy and fantasy art. Oh well. So this is the first one. These are also titled, they have the title of the original painting. And I've seen these done beautifully, so I mean, I just don't know. But yeah, other people don't seem to have any problems with the dark grayscale, but not all of them are like that. Like this one, I think you could do beautifully, as long as you didn't want to give her blonde hair. But this one, for example, is very, very dark. I imagined it would be very hard to color this in, especially with watercolor. I don't see how you could do this with watercolor. Maybe with ink tints. But yeah. So this is the first book. Second book. And I love the presentation of these. They're ring bound. The paper is so good. And they are beautiful. The book. Love this one very, very, very much. And the fourth book, I think this is my favorite painting by her. It's also the stud, the Grey Lady. Like, I mean, she has dark brown hair on the original painting, and to my eye, this is lighter than what the grayscale gives you. Oh, in the back, you could never get this yellow. Oh well, that's just me, I suppose. So, I love these. And then I got the fifth book. Oh, this is so great. Queen of Hearts. These seem much lighter to my eye than the other ones. I mean, the skin here is almost white compared to, you know, grayish in the other pictures. So yeah, I think she has two others in the series out, the 6th and the 7th book, which I don't have, and I think she has another one unrelated to the series. But I'm good on her books. So then we come to the last of my English books. I have them kind of sorted by nationality and then kind of not, but it does make sense to me. I do find all the books more or less immediately. I have two things by Millie Marotta. I have the Wild of Wonders book by Millie Marotta, which is her favorite illustrations from her books, and then I have a postcard book or postcard collection, because yeah, she had a couple of pictures that I wanted to color in for people, and you can see this is one of my tests. I think I did this with the Carandash Luminance, and I think that's it basic. Oh, but the paper, I mean, it doesn't, it's very, very smooth, and the illustrations are very tiny. I have done one or two. I don't think I have pictures of all of them, but I have a picture of one that I really liked. I'm going to show you. I think that turned out very nice, but in general, I'm not a Millie Marotta person, I think. So these are lots of her very popular pictures from, let's see whether she says from which books they were. So Animal Kingdom, Tropical Wonderland, Wild Savannah, Curious Creatures, Beautiful Birds and Treetop Treasures. From all of these books there are pictures in here, so I thought, you know, since I didn't have any other book by her, this was like a no-brainer. And you see that I don't have done anything in here. I think I have started this one, I want to say with Polychromas, but I get confused by all the thingies in the in the characters. It's the same with Marjorie Sarnett, the same thing. I just don't know where to put the colors to make it look right. I've seen beautiful colorings with her work. It's just not for me. Then I have two Lizzy Mary Collin books, The Magical City and The Magical Journey, which I both love very, very much. And I got these back when Peter Hewitt worked a lot of these and did a lot of tutorials for these. Lizzy Mary Collin, these books have this dreamlike quality where everything's warped a bit and just, you know, circling around itself. And The Magical City, what is it actually? I think it shows different cityscapes. Like this is Ischia, Italy, and this is St. Basil's Cathedral, and this is Moscow. And the way the art works, I can absolutely understand why Peter Hewitt, I think she worked exclusively with Inktense in these books. I've started one here with Inktense. This is supposed to be Memphis. I think I didn't like this, that this came out so light, so I stopped doing this. And this is one that a lot of you know. This is Paris, and Peter Hewitt did a huge tutorial for this page, which I followed. And I'm very, very glad I did, because I think the Inktense really need a bit of a learning curve. So I was glad to just follow along with her. And yeah, this is the end result, which looks so good. You know, there's only a bit of embellishment here on the flower, nothing else. Everything else is done with Inktense. There should be something, yeah. And this is Baker Street. I am pretty sure I followed someone's tutorial here as well. I cannot remember though, and I didn't write it down. But yeah, this is also done all in Inktense. And I can't see, you know, using anything else in this book. The Inktense they're just made for this book. Yeah, The Magical City, and then we have The Magical Journey, which basically is the same idea. I use the test page, obviously. That you have different different places. In the back she says, I think, which is what, like British home comforts is what you can find here. Then South American trekking kit. I thought she'd give you. Oh well, I think she actually did the trip with her pug. I should work more in here. I think it's so pretty. It does say somewhere in the picture usually where this is. Yeah. So New Zealand. Maybe I shouldn't just go backwards through the pictures, then it would be easier. I think she is in Japan, actually. Oh. And here's a picture I've started working on, and sometimes, you know, I'm clever and actually know things down. This is after a tutorial by Coloring with Elena, but maybe I should, you know, continue to follow, because I really love how this turned out. And again, all with Inktense. Lizzy Mary Collin, Magical Journey, and The Magical City. Then I have The Flower Year by Leila Dooley. This is a very, 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 very special book to me. This is a very, very, very special book to me, because I actually won this, I think, in a giveaway by the coloring kit, Imogen. And I got this from her, and such a sweet card and everything, and we always meant to do a body color in there, and then, you know, I stopped coloring. But now, almost 3 years later, or I think it was 3 years later, I actually managed to do our body coloring. This is the picture we did together, the painted lady butterfly. And I actually, you know, I looked up the butterfly and tried to recreate the colors as best I could, which was so interesting. Yeah. And the point of the book is that, I mean, it is called the flower year, so it goes through all the year, all the seasons. It gives you flowers and animals for each of the season. And I think in the back, in the index, it tells you which flowers you see where, and which animals or which insects that are typical for the season. So I really like this. I should just, you know, work more on this, do a couple, you know, pages here or there whenever, you know. Like from, you know, in May you can just do one of these little butterflies. He's done with Castle Art pencils, pretty sure. New color 2 for the background. I've tried to do it a bit of darker around him. Don't know whether the effect is okay. And then just Posca for embellishment. And kept it otherwise pretty okay. So yeah, maybe I should just, you know, in June, you know, do the little dragonflies or something. Or just, you know, do one flower, because they're quickly done. The Flower Year by Lila Dooley. Then I have the official Game of Thrones coloring book. I got this used. And this is the coloring book. There's another one out, and this is the one that follows the books. I think this came out either before the TV series or during the TV series, but this is, you know, not inspired by the TV series. I wanted this book a lot because there are different illustrators here. You can read this, and a lot of them are very famous. So you have Yvonne Gilbert, and then the next one again, you know, is John Ho, and now you know why I needed this book. But you can also see that Tomislav Tomek did drawings for this book, so that's why I really wanted this, because of the artists in here. And you can tell that the art is different depending on who did it. You have the picture on the right side and then a quote from the books on the left, so they're basically single-sided. And I needed to have this because of like, I bet this is John Ho, and I bet this is John Ho. I hope I'm right. So yeah, I really love this coloring book. I have a couple more like book series inspired ones. This is what's it called in English? Yeah, well, the Throne of Glass coloring book. Duh. And I would think that the artist for this book is Yvonne Gilbert as well. Throne of Glass is a popular, I suppose, book series by Sarah J. Maas that I don't know. So, you know, these are pictures depicting scenes, and on the left again, as with the Game of Thrones one, are quotes from the books. I don't know the books, I don't care, but I really love the illustration. And you know, you can color them even without knowing the book. And this again is one of those cases. The book lived on my wish list for quite some time. And then I think the English version started to get out of print. either for this or for the next book. And then I thought, oh, what the heck, you know, just get the book before it, you know, goes away. So this is the Throne of Glass coloring book, I think by Yvonne Gilbert. Sarah J. Maas is the author of the books, I think. And then this is another book series by Sarah J. Maas. Let me check what it's actually called in English. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Has nothing to do with the German title. A Court of Thorns and Roses. Again, the book series is by Sarah J. Maas. And there, again, you can tell here. It says who illustrated this, and Yvonne Gilbert illustrated several, and John Ho again, which again is the reason why I got this book. Like with the others, you have the picture on the right side and some quotes from the left. I don't know the book series, I don't care, but I really love the illustrations. I really do. I mean, doesn't this just look like Rivendell to you? So yeah, that's why I needed to have this. And I think, as I said, either this one or the other one, the English version started to get out of print, so I got worried that it would, you know, get lost, so I ordered this. Court of Thorns and Roses, I think. Books by Sarah J. Maas. And then I have one book by Denise Klatt. This is Mermaids in Paradise. There are, I think, 2 more in the series. Gnomes and fairies. I don't like gnomes. And I have a difficult relationships with fairies, as you know. But mermaids I love. So. Her art style is super, super cute. They are single-sided, so you can use whatever mediums you wanna. And yeah, I love the parrots, by the way. Those are just the sweetest. And I've seen so beautiful things done. No, really, I just love those. Really colourful colourings of these. And I mean, aww, the shark friend. Lots of friends. So yeah, I really like the art style. It's very, very, very different from what you usually have. I love mermaids. I love her little parrots. I love the little piggies. Yeah, Mermaids in Paradise by Denise Klatt. And with that, we are almost at the hour mark, and this was the second part of my third shelf with my, like, most of my English, I use the term loosely, coloring books. Next up is only half a shelf more with my European, again I use the term very loosely, coloring books. So this includes my Disney coloring books, because I count them as French, and also my Etsy things, which I think I only got European ones, but even, you know, I keep all the Etsy stuff by myself. So I have a couple of very, very, very favorite books in there, and then depending on time, maybe I just, you know, show you the other coloring related books that also live on that shelf. So stay tuned for the next part. Thank you so much for watching until, you know, this point. I hope you're still having fun. I certainly am, and yeah, until next time, bye.